a range of plans for how we might do that, essentially accelerating the number of Iraqi forces that are properly trained and equipped and have a focused strategy and good leadership. And when a finalized plan is presented to me by the Pentagon, then I will share it with the American people. It's not, we don't yet have a complete strategy because it requires commitments on the part of the Iraqis as well.
Yeah, right. Okay. Joining us now is Brent Budowsky, writer for The Hill and former aide to Senator Lloyd Bentsen. My friend, welcome back.
Good to be here again.
All right. Well, you wrote a great piece, Obama's Stupid No ISIS Plan Stuff. I love the title. I hope you picked the headline. And what is with this guy?
Well, the problem with President Obama, and we have a lot of that in the United States, in Congress, and NATO, he doesn't want to make the tough decisions that we need to make to win the war against a terrorist group that is barbaric and demented and has declared war against us, which I predict with a 97% certainty is going to launch terror attacks in the United States and in Europe starting soon, unless we do what we need to do. And the president, to answer your question, doesn't want to make those decisions. Neither does Congress, by the way. Neither does NATO. Neither does the British Prime Minister, David Cameron. Neither do the Arab League states. And it is a bad situation. It is dangerous. I disagree with what the president said. I'd encourage anybody to go to observer.com and under the opinion section and read the whole column. It was strong. And I was critical of just about everybody in this debate, except a man I don't always agree with, Senator John McCain, who I happen to agree with very much on this. And by the way, Lindsey Graham, when they say we need at least 10,000 boots on the ground, I actually think we need more, but I'll take 10,000. But the president doesn't want to make a decision. He said no president should ever say he doesn't have a plan to win a war that's been declared against us, and he said it. He said it a year ago.
Right, a year ago too, yeah.
And the fact is, it's not only that no president should ever say it. The problem is, it was true. He doesn't have a plan.
Well, but
that's the problem.
But he said, you know what, Brent? He said that he hasn't been presented with the plan yet. He threw the Pentagon under the bus. Don't tell me that the Pentagon hasn't put 10,000 different plans and scenarios on his desk. But as you said, he doesn't want to deal with it.
Yeah, no, that's the truth. And it's not the job of the commander-in-chief to wait till others give him a plan. It's the job of the commander-in-chief to say, here's the plan, or I want a plan, or this is what I want to do. I didn't agree when he said this a year ago. I was horrified and outraged, and I'm a Democrat. You all know that.
Wait a minute, you're a Democrat? I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, when it comes to ISIS and when it comes to Vladimir Putin, I get pretty conservative about that. There is going to be a terror attack against the United States and Europe. It will be at a minimum like the Boston bombings or the Fort Hood massacre, unless we dramatically change our policy. It is not a good moment for the commander-in-chief to say he doesn't have a plan. It's not a good moment for Congress to demand they get to vote on it and then not be able to take a vote to even authorize the inadequate stuff we're doing right now.
Yeah.
So
well,
I think it's an outrage on all sides, and I'm warning people from the mountaintops. We have trouble coming, and we darn well better deal with it now. And the president didn't, and when he didn't, he was wrong.
All right. Well, God bless you for doing that, because I think we need more people on both sides, but especially on your side of the aisle, so to speak. Okay. Let me play something for you right here. This is one William Jefferson Clinton. You may have heard of him. Let's listen to what he had to say.
Only time I got on the internet, I did 2 emails, and I ordered Christmas presents from a reservation. Otherwise, I found people said embarrassing things on emails. I didn't want to be one of them. That was crazy.
All right. So he's never been on the internet. He's only sent 2 emails in his life. We've heard that from him before. Yet, Hillary Clinton, in her explanation for why she didn't hand over some personal emails, was because me and my husband corresponded. Now, which Clinton is telling the truth and which Clinton is lying?
Well, neither one has told me, but I do think that she just should have originally used the State Department email for 95% or more of her correspondence. I disagree with the fact that she didn't. I'll tell you this, someday I'm going to write, if people give me their permission, some of the things that names you know have said to me in emails, that they'd be humiliated if I ever quoted.
That who said? Wait, that who said to you in emails?
Various names that you and everybody in our audience knows.
Well, wait a minute. You mean you can't find anybody to give you permission to write that?
No, they won't.
Well, let me hook you up. I don't want to speak out of school, but let me hook you up with some of my bosses. Maybe they'd be interested. I don't know.
Oh, no. My editors will give me permission.
Oh, all right.
When people say things to me, even in the heat of their own anger, I tend to protect them. And by the way, one of them is a Republican conservative who actually agreed with me very strongly on something I said criticizing the Republicans. And then he realized he hadn't told me he's off the record. And he said, "Oh, Brent, you're not going to quote that, are you?" And I said, "Well, I can, but if you ask me not to, I won't. I will honor your confidence. I'd rather have people tell me what they think and know I'm not going to screw them even when I ethically can."
Right.
But what Clinton said is very true about that. And the bottom line on the emails, I don't think Americans are going to lose much sleep, but I've stated this very publicly. If Hillary had asked my advice, I would have simply said from the beginning, do all of your emails on a formal State Department email if it affects policy.
Right.
Do the private stuff on a private email. I think it was a mistake. I suspect in the eyes of the Lord, she will agree that it was a mistake.
Well,
and so be it.
I tell you what, Brent,
I'd rather kill the terrorists, though, than worry about
Brent,
email.
you know what? You and I see sometimes we argue and shout and love each other. Today we agreed and love each other. Thank you, Brent. We'll speak to you soon. Larry Pratt is
My
next.
pleasure.
Don't go away.